Hello, welcome back to Geek Vibes Nation. I'm your content manager, Tia, with another Top 10 with Tia. With HBO dropping a trailer for Season 2 of House of the Dragon, I was reminded how great Season 1 was. While we were all disappointed with Season 8 of Game of Thrones, I do believe this spin-off series has restored our faith in the live-action adaptations of George R.R. Martin's world of A Song of Ice and Fire. While we wait for Season 2 to come out in the summer of 2024, let's revisit Season 1 with the top 10 moments from Season 1 of House of the Dragon. There will be spoilers, so keep that in mind. Number 10, every time Jason Lannister is on screen. I can't help it. I love Jason Lannister. He's a pompous asshole, and I love him. From him unsuccessfully asking for Rhaenyra's hand in marriage to the little moments between him and Viserys, I find him pathetically hilarious. He's certainly a long way away from being a Tywin Lannister, but even though Jason doesn't give us the sense that the Lannisters are anything to fear, I do believe the Lannisters being on the side of the Greens will be impactful. Number 9, Rhaenyra showing up on Dragonback to talk some sense into Daemon. After King Viserys named Rhaenyra as his heir, Daemon had a hissy fit and proclaimed himself the true heir for his brother. He stole a dragon egg and went to Dragonstone with his mistress. While it could have ended bloody, Rhaenyra flew in and stopped her uncle from doing something foolish. It was a pivotal scene in the dynamic for Rhaenyra and Daemon, and I love the shocked look on Otto Hightower's face. Number 8, Aemon's strong boys comment. Poor King Viserys just wanted all of his children to get along, but he probably couldn't see the tensions that were already brewing between everyone. Strike that, I don't know how he couldn't see it, but I guess it was just wishful thinking that all of that could just dissipate. While it looked like everyone was getting along in Viserys' last dinner with his family, things quickly took a turn once he went to bed. Aemon knew what he was doing when he coyly raised his glass to toast his 3 half-brothers, referring to Viserys, Viserys, and Joffrey as strong boys was a power move, and I loved that moment. Number 7, the battle between Arax and Vhagar. Now listen, I'm just as sad as you are that little Viserys died at the end of Season 1, but you can't deny it was an intense scene. The visuals of Viserys riding Arax with Vhagar overshadowing them was jaw-dropping. We then have Aemon taunting his half-brother when Arax blew fire at Vhagar. Despite Aemon urging his dragon to stop, this scene is proof that the Targaryens underestimate the power of these beasts. Viserys' words earlier in the season, the idea that we control dragons is an illusion, is on full display here. Number 6, Sir Eric bringing Rhaenyra Viserys' crown. At this point, Viserys has died. While we, as the audience, know that Viserys died still wanting Rhaenyra to be his heir, Alicent misinterpreted Viserys' final words as meaning for his son to be the king. Son, Aegon, that is. That, coupled with the fact that there hadn't ever been a female ruler, meant Rhaenyra was up against a lot once Viserys had passed away. She even considered bending the knee to Aegon, thinking maybe it was for the best that he be king. When Sir Eric showed up with her father's crown and bent the knee to her, it was a powerful moment. Number 5, Rhaenys showing up to Aegon's coronation on Dragonback. This was such a cool move. Rhaenys is no stranger to the gender rules that play out in Westeros. Dubbed the queen who never was because Viserys was picked over her seemingly due to him being a man, Rhaenys certainly showed her support for Rhaenyra in a big way. Aegon was in the middle of getting crowned when Rhaenys popped in on Dragonback. No words exchanged, just looks. Number 4, Daemon killing Vaemon Valerian. Now, let's talk brass tacks here. We all know that Rhaenyra's first 3 children are not Valerians. For a plethora of reason, Viserys, Lucerys, and Joffrey are not Laenor Valerian's kids. Rather, they're Harwin Strong's. However, saying this out loud can have massive ramifications in this world. So when Vaemon pointedly shouted that the boys were not Velaryon in front of everyone, he was certainly out of line. The scene allowed his words to breathe for a moment before Daemon sliced his head off. The line also, "he can keep his tongue," was so well delivered. Matt Smith is just an excellent actor, though, so it shouldn't be any surprise. Number 3, Alicent trying to stab Rhaenyra. Tensions had been high since Alicent married Viserys. It's a shame, because Alicent and Rhaenyra were such good friends beforehand. Their scenes together were precious, and the actresses did a great job in cultivating a beautiful relationship between the two. This makes their eventual falling out even more heartbreaking. So when Aemon lost an eye due to his scuffle with the Strong Boys and Daemon's daughters, you can feel the tension between Alicent and Rhaenyra. Because these are Targaryens, the kids, regardless of who their father was, are all related. Yet you have two mothers fighting for their children. In agony and desperation, Alicent goes to stab Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra delivers her iconic line, "Now they see you as you are." Number 2, Alicent arriving late to Rhaenyra's wedding in her green dress. This was so good. Tensions had already been in the air between Alicent and Rhaenyra at this point. Alicent also seemed irritated by Viserys' lack of support when it came to the controversy surrounding Rhaenyra with both Criston Cole and Daemon. Alicent up to this point had been compliant, dutiful, and restrained. So when she showed up to the wedding late in a green dress, it symbolized something. Green is the color raised by the High Towers when they're declaring war. This was Alicent declaring war and her readiness to fight. It's not as prominently explained in the show as it is in the books, but essentially in the books, Alicent and Rhaenyra arrive at a soiree in different colored dresses. Rhaenyra in black and Alicent in green. So when it comes time for the Dance of the Dragons, a war between Targaryens, Rhaenyra's Targaryens are referred to as the Blacks, while Alicent / Aegon's are referred to as the Greens. Number 1, Viserys showing up for Rhaenyra. I had to make this number 1. Say what you will about Viserys Targaryen and whether or not he was a good father or husband, whether he did the right thing in episode 1 with Aemma, he loved Rhaenyra. And as he was at death's door, the subject of his heir weighed heavily in the air. Rhaenyra had been getting so much flack between the accusations of who her son's father was and her right to succeed Viserys. Rhaenyra felt the weight of it all and begged her father to stand up for her, even though he was practically bedridden. So while Rhaenyra was practically being persecuted, Viserys showed up. Let's give it up to Paddy Constantine because he did a phenomenal job in this scene. From the visuals to the music and everything in between, he made sure everyone there knew how he felt about his firstborn. Plus, I love the scene of Daemon helping him up to the Iron Throne. There are plenty of more iconic scenes in season 1 of House of the Dragon that I could probably name off in another top 10. But I certainly want to hear what your top 10 moments of House of the Dragon were. I personally think that House of the Dragon did a great job renewing our faith in the live-action adaptations of this world after the abysmal season 8 of Game of Thrones. If you see the teaser trailer for House of the Dragon season 2, you know things are about to gear up. Don't expect any happy ending. I won't ruin things for those who haven't read the book, but certainly we are going to see a lot of death. This is Geek Vibes Nation, Tia with the top 10 with Tia. Please make sure that you check my other top 10s out. If you are not subscribed, please like and subscribe this video. It certainly helps us out a lot. Please let me know what you would like the next top 10 to be. I was going to do a different top 10 for this week, but with the trailer coming out for House of the Dragon Season 2, I just couldn't help it. Until then, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.